Well, you're trying to nurture from children their own ability and validity to their own personal way of looking at the world. And this school does that really, really well. And by creating a lot of dimensionality and a lot of points of interest that aren't like every other room you've been in and every other building, they start to ask questions.
The kids are awesome. There's never a dull moment. I'm always learning and they're always learning, which is really great, but the job is rewarding and I really do love it.
We wanted a building that had a lot of light in it. We wanted a building that had spaces to be together, but also a building that still feels cozy and warm and homey enough. We definitely didn't want a building that had the institutional look of like a big dormitory.
I think natural light and brightness just changes a mood for anybody who's in it. And that's definitely true for our kids. When it's bright, you're kind of just brighter anyway. You're looking around more, you're engaging more.
Good architecture is about space and light. You use the materials that your client can afford and you shape that space and light, you've got a winner.
I think it's great, comparing it to the old dorm. You couldn't be in the kitchen and see what was going on in the living quarters. So very rarely did I allow students to kind of, have a role in the kitchen because it was so hard to be in two places at once. In here though, I allow them to cook with, supervision and such, but it does provide me with the availability to be in two spots while I allow kids to do different tasks.
And pots are in here. Every breakfast we'll scrape the food out into the trash can and then we'll wash it and then we'll put it in the dishwasher. Yeah, we unload it, we load it, and we put it in. There's different stuff in here. There's little ice things. We have this type of thing called the pod because we have 3 people here and a quad for 4 people there. So this whole room right here is a pod. There's 3 people living down here, and it's me, Steven, Daddy, and the bathroom. Up above here we have a skylight. And there are also a ring of lights around the side that you can't see very well right now. It also, say it's snowing or raining, right?
Yeah.
You can see what the weather is outside. Say it's raining, you'll hear the patter and you'll see the rain come down. And if it's snowing, you'll just see it turn white.
The building is shaped like a bird wing. By putting each wing in a separate orientation, the students themselves named it. The students called it, what was it?
Forest view and mountain view.
They all enter into a kind of a coat room that they can take off their shoes, hang up their coats. That room opens up right away to a living dining room hangout area, a central hangout area. So right away, your living room doesn't look like anybody else's living room because you're looking at either the forest or the mountains. So you have an identity there. Then you go from that larger community space, you come to your lounge, either one side of the community space or the other, and your lounge has your own identity. One has a skylight, another one has a view out the gable. And then from that pod, you actually have a third identity, your own room.
Mine is not messy, I'm so yours.
I think it allows them to interact very well because they have the space to do it. There are large spaces to be able to interact and play those big games that they want to play together. However, one of the things I really like is that there's kind of this separate space back there because it also does help us teach our kids. If it's too much for you here, there's still another place you can go play with somebody else a little bit quieter.
And the space itself, I think, has allowed the kids to really develop and not only socially, but kind of be more interested in why is there different colors on the walls in this area, or trying to seek answers to certain things that are in the dorm.
I think you're gonna see a difference in the way the kids appreciate their learning at the school because this is a better place to live in and it's a better place to learn in, and it has and will continue to have very positive effects on our community.